Yo, what is up? All right, we're just gonna go right in the show open. Live from Los Angeles, this is Dre's Geek Philosophy, the September 25th edition, the day before I can no longer say I am 37 in a row. Today, literally, today is the last day I can say that joke. One of my favorite jokes. I was, as a young man, I was really looking forward to turning 37 because if you're not familiar with the movie Clerks, I always would react. Anytime someone would say the number 37, I would say in a row with a question mark. And if you don't know what that joke is, you need to watch the movie Clerks and then you'll understand.
Oh, but you can still use it when we get to episode 37, right? So
I think this might be episode 37.
This might be episode 37.
that's even funnier.
If not, then we're making the joke.
Yeah, if not, we're making the joke anyway.
The title.
That's the title. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row? I mean, today's the last day. Tomorrow I turn 38. I progressively get older. My goatee gets grayer. And we keep on going. And show contributor, Irv Nabatapa, 37. He responds on Facebook. He's one of the people who is unfortunately, has the fortune or misfortune of being around me for the last 20 years and hearing me say 37 ever since that first time I watched Clerks. I have overused it to the point of possibly annoying everyone I know. But you know what? That's part of my charm, isn't it? I feel that's part of my charm. Welcome. So, speaking of which, I had a birthday party this past weekend. And Mr. Pete Molini, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, executive producer Sam Zia, he was stuck at work.
Stuck right here.
Literally, if you're watching on Twitch, you can see literally where he is stuck right now. If you're watching on twitch.tv/DreGB podcast, you'll literally see where executive producer Sam Zia.
Right here, like this.
Manny and Lo-Fi says he's 36 for another few months. He'll pick up the torch for me by saying 37 in a row. Thank you. I appreciate that there are other Clerks fans out there who think it's ridiculous. But yes, I'm turning 38 tomorrow. I had the party on Saturday because who has a party on Tuesday?
I fucking missed the part. I wanted to play some Rock Band.
I know.
I almost brought, if I was going to go, I was going to bring Lily just for a little bit.
Oh,
so
dude.
that she could play.
Yeah. Oh, hell, she would not have been the only child at my party because best friend and also show contributor Jai Palder brought his 3-year-old daughter, little Gianna. She was adorable. She was just like, I think she was mesmerized by the chaos because a lot of people showed up, a lot more than I expected.
It was pretty crowded.
Yeah, my home was full of people.
Yeah.
It was insane. Because the last time I attempted a birthday party maybe like 2-3 years ago, and like 5 people showed up, and then that put me off of like, oh man, what's the point? Buy all this food, no one shows up. Ironically, no one really drank the liquor.
No.
I was the only person drinking the whiskey.
Yes.
No one drank the vodka, but so that means
That means you got more.
I mean, that means there's more. I mean, obviously, yes. That is the obvious response. Like, yes, plenty more for me then.
Yeah.
Like, I had many Jack and Cokes as I fell asleep last night. Because that's something I wanted also to get into. Well, hold on. I'm tangenting my intro. I'm going off on tangents already. But it was a great night. We played a shitload of Rock Band. I mean, I wanted you there. I know we had many of the Rock Band people like our buddy Andrew Koch, Lamar Harris, Bernard Brown. It was pretty cool. Ooh, Fairview Con. That's a topic that we should talk about.
Okay.
We have no format. Fairview Con. And yes, I did make it to Fairview Con. Fairview Con. Writing that down. Writing that down. Fairview Con. We'll discuss that a little bit. The Fairview Convention, the not San Gabriel Comic Con. It's a cute little story. Okay. It'll be
While
fun.
We're adding stuff to the list of stuff for the format for today.
Yes.
Add the fact that this week we've been for the few
This Friday, yep.
Classics are going to be
This Friday. That's happening this Friday. Hopefully Best Buy does not fuck me in the butthole. And
that poor sweet butthole.
My sweet booty. A big old booty. I have a big butt and I cannot lie. We are having
I have Kevin Harlan in my ear right now, and he's going apeshit.
You gotta have me, Kevin Harlan, with no regard for human life. That's for our sports fans there. With no regard for human life. Oh my gosh, we are flying by the seat of our pants. We are literally flying by the seat of our pants. I was here 3 hours early, and we're still not prepared. That's just the story of my life.
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere really early. I was unprepared for my birthday. I honestly felt like I was unprepared for my birthday party. I was glad that pretty much everyone was fashionably an hour late.
Yeah.
I needed that extra hour. I moved my television from my room to the living room, and that's like a 55-inch TV.
Yeah.
That's a big ass TV. And I set everything up. It was a lot of fun. It was we had a good time. I hope everyone had a good time. Well, after I had like 3 or 4 shots of Jack Daniels, I know I had a good time.
I've seen you after one, and you're festive as fuck.
I am vested. Yeah, I had like 3 or 4 in succession after I'd shotgunned a couple of Tecates.
Oh, man.
And then people start showing up.
Yes. Yeah. As I was getting myself drunk, I'm like, no, it's coming. It's 6:30. I have 10 pounds of meat and chicken, and no, it's coming. I'm gonna get myself shit faced. Well, no, thankfully I didn't get that shit faced because I needed to cook. Good God, I was doing some cooking, and everyone seemed pretty happy, and that was fun. And tomorrow, I officially turn 38, and I get officially older. I don't like it. I don't like father time. Father time is a son of a bitch.
You want to know what I've done? I've ignored it.
What?
I'm older than you. I'm 38 already.
Mm-hmm.
I just ignore it. I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. It's only a problem if you think about it.
Yeah.
We're still doing the same shit when we were kids as we are now, and that makes us happy.
But I'm getting fatter and slower.
So am I, dude.
My right knee doesn't want to work, and that's the good knee.
Okay, Twitch, here comes the dad bod.
Dad bod, yeah, you are officially a dad.
You can see the outline of where muscle used to be, but now it's fat.
On Twitch, if you're watching this on Twitch,
Don't
you just
worry,
gotta.
I'm coming around to you and I'm putting this next to your face.
That's the thing that's gonna happen.
Somebody saw it.
Somebody saw it. I wonder whom that is.
Because of that.
We got a visitor because on Facebook you're very
I was
fortunate.
saying,
You see?
dad bod.
You get your dad bod right
This
there.
used to, you can see where muscle used to be, and it used to be nice and really in good shape
And
stuff. But now it's just dad bod.
It reminds me of a quote I once made about myself, where I said, "I've always wanted a 6-pack, but all I have is a couple of hairy 2-liters." And now it's more of a hairy keg. It used to be a couple of 2-liters. Now it's a keg. Now I'm panzon right now. Because there was a Facebook memory, and it showed me like 5 years ago. That was probably when I was at my lightest. I was like 210, 215. It was at a Nintendo National meeting, and I was wearing my Mad Men suit. I was like my suit that I told the guy I want to look like Don Draper. And he's like, who? Make me look like a business person from the 1950s and 60s. He's like, oh, okay. Put me in this awesome suit, and I looked great. I can't wear that suit.
No.
I would tear it in half. Much like my poor jeans that I tore at the knee during my birthday party. It was awesome. You know what else is awesome? Yesterday, Mr. Pete Molini and I, and the person who just joined us right now, Facebook Live, joining us, we watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Dude, I've been hearing some pretty cool stuff about it.
It's a lot of fun. If you, much like many other movies, if you don't go in expecting a piece of cinematic literature, if you just accept insanity and fun in your life, if you can accept that into your heart, you'll have a good time watching Kingsman. It was a lot of fun. Good God, there was lots of killing.
Oh yeah.
Channing Tatum was a cowboy secret agent. Yet
Asian?
Agent.
Oh,
agent.
Sorry.
You make me you make me feel like I don't enunciate.
Sorry.
This is like last week's Dre's Greek falafels.
Sorry. Yeah, it was Dre's Greek falafels last week. No, that's all right. Kevin Harlan.
It was surprisingly it tied a lot closer to the first one than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna be its own thing, just for fun. But no, it was. You have to watch the first one.
Yeah, you kind of need to see the first one to make sense of a lot of things.
Yeah.
All the Kingsmen, Harry.
Yeah.
His Swedish princess girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who I forgot. In the previous movie, she gave him anal for saving the world.
In the world.
Because I rewatched the clip earlier this morning. I saw the clip on YouTube. There was a clip on YouTube for it. It's like, oh, will you give me a kiss if I save your life? If you save the world, I'll let you do it in the asshole. I died. And then as we were watching the movie, I'm like, is that the same chick? I remember leaning over to you. I'm like, I think that's the same chick.
Yeah.
She'll give him anal for saving the world.
Save the world, man.
Throw it in the butt.
In the butt, in the booty.
With a strap on.
But it was really good. Like my only the only negative I feel is that the marketing team did them a humongous disservice by spoiling the fact that Colin Firth's character, who, if you just watch the first movie, he's dead.
Yeah.
He got shot in the face.
Through the
I thought you were about to say in the butt.
No, not in the butt. No, that was Princess Tildy. She got shot in the butt. Ew. No, but his character. But if you see all the advertisements, you see him with a patch over his eye, and he is somehow alive. And they explain in the movie how a person can survive being shot in the face. Apparently. Movie technology, my friend. We can save your brain, sort of. But aside, losing leaps in logic, it's actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of crazy gunplay. There's a lot of fun stuff. There's an agent with a lasso. Like Agent Whiskey, played by a Hispanic man playing a white guy. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, it was Martell, Oberyn Martell, the guy who was really good with the lance, who almost killed the mountain. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Yeah.
He literally suffered Man Crush Monday.
No, yeah.
when he crushed his face. My friend, that was a great joke a friend of mine made. Man Crush Monday when he got crushed by the mountain.
Oh yeah, dude, that's right. Man Crush Monday.
Yeah, he got his face got crushed. Yeah, a friend of mine, he made that post. He's like, Man Crush Monday, # nailed it.
Nice.
Because he was crushed. See, this is where I wish I had a soundboard. I would put crickets right there. Sam's like, I can make that happen, but I'm a little bit busy doing my actual job.
Here, wait. I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
No,
And
please don't.
It's going to be heard on the podcast.
I hope it's not heard on the air.
No. Oh, no, not on the air, but definitely on the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Crowd noise, baby.
Now,
Wait,
is this the crowd noise that you played for me earlier? Is this the crowd noise you played for me earlier when we were playing around the computers?
Here's
So
the band. I can hear it.
So if you're Rick Mears or Terrell Evans listening to this on iTunes, you are hearing a bunch of it sounds like a crowd. It sounds like a basketball crowd in
No,
the background.
this is the football field with the band playing.
Oh, the football field, the band.
Yeah.
And so if you go download this on iTunes right now at this point, we sound like Chris Roberts. You're listening to UCLA football. Good God.
Okay, I turned it off.
That is what this show is. Today's show is probably one of the most chaotic shows we'll ever do. I'd like to think.
Yeah.
Other than the one where I told the crazy Uber story, was probably the most chaotic one.
They got a lot.
Where Sam is like, "Why'd you tell the story with the sex in the middle?" I'm like, "Because we're going chronologically, and because it gets worse." And also, so last week, we're just gonna burn through topics. Fuck it.
Okay.
Last week,
Yeah.
Pete Molini here, he had to help put together a small, I'm going to use air quotes here, comic book convention outside his fair store in San Gabriel. Apparently the success of the East LA Comic Con caused the city of San Gabriel to come to you and say, "Hey, we want to do a thing. We're going to close the street in front of your store. Can you do a comic book convention if we give you a month's notice?"
You should have gotten them to change the name to Nostalgia Con.
I tried changing the name to a lot of things, but I feel like someone very important came up with that name, and they couldn't say no to that person.
Someone important within the San Gabriel government was like, "We're going to call it Fairview Con." No, it's my idea. Well, I guess we're going with it.
Yeah.
See, Sam and anyone else, the street that Pete's store is the street is called Fairview.
So, what if they weren't able to get it? Would they still call it Fairview Con, like they did with Woodstock?
That's true. Well, Fairview goes all into like Almani, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it goes really far.
And there's another Fairview in Arcadia,
Yeah, so-
another nearby city.
So it really doesn't say anything. Like, I think that was the general problem. Was I was talking to someone about it. He said the biggest problem is you should know what it is just by the name. And if you
Salt Lake City Comic Con, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, even Comic Kazi, which they later changed to Los Angeles Comic Con. And as Irv Danupatampa says, as show contributor Irv Danupatampa says, don't call it Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, that's...
As you were telling me, San Diego Comic Con will sue you if you call it Comic-Con.
Well, you have to get pretty big for those of you. So
No.
like, it takes a little while.
Did East LA Comic Con have comic-con?
It might have. I don't think so.
I feel like it wasn't. I don't remember any hyphens.
Yeah.
But yes, because I remember you were explaining that to me. Like, Salt Lake City Comic Con was sued by San Diego Comic Con because San Diego thinks they own the phrase comic-con. Yeah. They think they own it. It belongs to us. We are the most important of all the cons. We're the worst con men.
Yeah.
It is a giant. So if you think about it from a certain perspective, San Diego Comic Con is just a big con.
Oh, yeah. Because,
They're just ripping people off.
Left and right, man.
There's quite a bit of confidence. Because that is the origin of con man. It's a confidence man. They are confident enough to rip you off.
Yeah. But after considering everything that went down, it turned out alright. It was
Yes, Fairview Con. Yeah. What was your phrase every time someone asked you?
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. And when I arrived there Thursday evening after I finished my day work, my day laborer job, it looked like people were having fun. They were like, I was expecting a comic con, where there'd be lots of tables of different things, but there was bouncy houses. Yeah. There was a stage with a band on it. Yeah. There were food trucks. There was a booth that sold a cup of corn.
Yeah, and then there's that cup of corn.
Cup of corn. It was a cup with corn in it.
Was it heated up corn, or was it like cold, lukewarm room temperature?
I don't know.
It was warm, but it was like they put something on it.
Did they add cheese?
It looked like they added chili.
Yeah.
Chili?
It was some sort of very...
Because if that's the case, if they put like chili and butter in that, oh, damn, that actually sounds pretty damn good.
We would have to ask your little sister, because
yeah,
she had the cup of corn. She walked in like, oh my god, you bought the cup of corn.
Yeah. Do you realize how much money could be made on an idea like that, and with how little you have to actually spend?
That's true, logistically.
Corn.
Yeah.
Just buy corn, you buy a little bit of corn in a cup.
Yeah. And they had the pizza food truck.
There was a pizza food truck where it did not say New York style. It said New York, and they crossed out style. It's like New York pizza.
Yeah. Which was kind of, it wasn't really New York style. It was close.
It was flat. It was a flat piece of pizza. Very flat, very thin, very floppy.
Yeah.
I presume. I personally have never been to New York, so I would not know. I am not a New York pizza connoisseur, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, we had about 17 different comic vendors.
So there were 17 vendors. So like half the show, that was like, it felt more like a street fair rather than a comic good convention, because you had people that you brought in, and then the city brought in their own vendors, people selling clothes, people selling.
There was like a preschool, right?
Some sort of preschool trying to, hey, come enroll your kid at the preschool.
Yeah.
All kinds of like crazy stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to go out there really. Like
because I feel that was probably the best part of the show. It was like you were terrifyingly busy inside your store.
It was. I don't think there's been that many people in the store at once. Like
ever.
Ever.
At least in the 5 years that you have owned it.
Yeah, it was very crowded.
It was nuts. I remember.
And it was just nonstop.
I saw a friend of the show, Enrique Cruz. I saw him at the table that he had with all his stuff, and then the East LA Comic Con information. And then he's like, he wanted me, please go check on Pete. Please go check on Malini. Make sure he's okay. And I'm like, oh, why wouldn't Pete be okay? And I go and I'm like, oh my god, the store is full. And I proceed to spend the rest of my time, because I had intended to stay at the East LA Comic Con table, but there was no really East LA Comic Con table. It was a bit of a mess. There were complications.
To say the least.
To say the least.
Oh, and then people were freaking out because that morning it rained.
That's right, it was raining that the last Thursday morning. Like all of a sudden we had rain in Los Angeles. What the hell? Chaos ensued.
People were freaking out, thinking it wasn't going to happen. And I was getting messages like, "It's still happening." I'm like, I have no idea.
Because I remember originally you had told me there was going to be a giant tent covering the entire quote unquote convention. Then I showed up and I'm like, "Where's the giant tent?" There's a bunch of little easy ups.
Yeah.
And we had all the easy ups, but it still came out. It looked like everyone had a lot of fun. Yeah. There was a lot of positivity. You got your picture in the San Gabriel newspaper, which someone brought you the next day.
Yeah. That was funny too. And then he walked in. She's like, "I know you from the paper." I'm like, "What paper? What do you do?"
That was also a really trippy part for me. I feel like a lot of people who had no idea that your store existed now know that there was a comic shop right in the middle of San Gabriel, California. One that they never knew. So that's my biggest positive takeaway from this show. Not the actual show itself, but the fact that now people have learned
Yeah.
that you are there. So that hopefully that'll bring you more business
Yeah.
in the coming future.
I've spoken to some people in the city, and they're interested in having more events there. Not necessarily comic books,
But, yeah.
you know,
Because this event came off really well. It's
they
like, hey,
realize that, you know, people will come.
during prom season, they have a Tux Expo.
Yeah, they totally could.
Because there's the photo studio across
right
that
across the street,
does all the prom photos.
Yeah.
You see teenagers roll up every May through June or whatever. I don't know prom season. I don't know these things. I didn't go to my prom. I'm a nerd.
But yeah, so they want to do more events there, which is cool.
That can only help your business, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, you know what? I was surprised that it was a pretty good turnout for a Thursday.
Yeah, for a Thursday night, there were a lot of people. That was my other big concern when you told me about this before, that this is going to be a show on a Thursday night. Who's going to come out on a Thursday night?
Yeah, because
That's like traditionally a television night.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because originally I had like something like 40-something vendors lined up, and then once they moved it to Thursday, we dropped down to 17 because a lot of people have day jobs and they're just like can't do it. Like,
Can't do it. Can't come set up a show on a Thursday night, and all of a sudden, like, oh, no show.
yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
But it worked out. I mean, I think there was a lot of people on Thursday. It was fun.
So hopefully next year they move it to a more amenable day.
Hopefully.
We'll see. I'm sure.
See what happens.
Now you have this one. You were not directly responsible for it, but you assisted. But now you're the con man now.
God, barely, right?
You're the man in command when it comes to conventions. Now you're becoming the con guy.
That's kind of crazy, man. Like, especially if you look at that newspaper article. Like,
But no, what was the contents of that newspaper article, my
I
friend?
mean, it was just talking about it. It was very like, it was a trip. The guy took it very literal. Like he was saying that like. So we all know that they're trying to bring more people to the area.
Right.
And this guy, instead of, he said, he goes like, oh, this show is to bring more people to the area. Like,
Right.
It was just very literal. And then he talked a lot about the store, talked a lot about, like, the history of the store, which was kind of crazy. And, but that's the thing that tripped me out, though, because in that article, I mean, you saw it, there's a giant picture of me.
Huge photo.
And then on
with
the
the
bottom,
mural behind
the
you.
people that actually organized it there.
The people who actually they have the little tiny photo.
Yeah, like, so I thought that was a little weird, but
You felt like you should have been a little bit more equal.
Yeah.
Or maybe you
Or
would
the
have been
opposite.
The opposite, where you have the smaller photo. Sorry, I had to congratulate Sam for making that long shot. Oh, Chanel!
Over the defense too.
No one's ever late. You join at the time. Everyone's like a wizard in Lord of the Rings.
I'm sorry. Every time I read or see the question, "Am I late?" That free.
Am
Sorry.
I late? No, Dr. Evil, I'm late. No, you're not late. As I was saying, much like a wizard in Lord of the Rings, you arrive precisely when you mean to.
Yeah,
The wizard always shows up when they're supposed to. And we have... I have run out of things that I've... Okay, no. Friday, this Friday. Thank you. I forgot to write down what you said earlier. Constantly, video games will always be a topic on this show because of my history and because of who I am and yada, yada, yada. So this Friday, it is Chaos. The mini Super NES, Super NES, whatever. Classic, thank you. Super NES Classic comes out this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I, hopefully, on Friday morning, or Friday afternoon, depending on how well Best Buy delivers their stuff, I should have mine, in theory. But my Nintendo rep friends had been saying all week that there will be a lot of them. There will be a fuck ton of them. That's not a direct quote, but that's me interpolating what they said. There will be more than they had promised. You have to just show up to if you wake up at 5 in the morning, go to a Walmart or a Target, all the little stores that open early, and then if you miss those shots, then GameStop and Best Buy, they open at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? There will be more than just the pre-orders at the stores. That is the story that I have been hearing on Facebook. Like, all the Nintendo reps just came back. They had their big conference last week. They all went to Arizona, and they got their information for the coming holiday season. So this Friday, it's going to be war as everyone tries to get the Super NES Classics.
All I know is that I live walking distance from a GameStop and 5 minutes driving from another one.
from another one.
Which is right around a Best Buy, a Target, and a Walmart.
Yep. So sir.
I'm going to be on high alert all day Friday.
High alert on Friday. Yep. Yeah. Well, all morning Friday, my friend.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll know by 10. If I have it by 10:05, I'll come a running home.
But they're promising that it won't just be this Friday. There will be multiple shipments between now and the end of the year. There should be a whole lot of them. They're promising that next year, the NES Classic, the original one, will also be making its big return. Yeah, they're reissuing that one next year. So Nintendo is before Nintendo doesn't really care about resellers, but now I guess they're trying to make sure. Okay, everyone who wants this, they're dedicating more their limited resources to produce this. Yeah, I feel like maybe they've caught up to Switch. Maybe they because I've been seeing a lot of Nintendo Switches more in stock when I'm in my travels.
I know that Maria just ordered one for. I know Lily's not watching right now.
No, she's not watching.
She got one for Lily, and she was literally texting me during the show, saying that she sent me the pictures of the one that she got.
She got a
bundle that she got with Splatoon.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a special one where it's literally inside the box, the Splatoon one.
Yeah, see.
Oh, she got the one with Splatoon. Nice.
Yeah.
Is that going to be Lily's Christmas present or a birthday present?
I believe so.
Oh. You guys are going to be sitting on that for 3 months.
Boy, are we ever. Well, she put it on layaway, so we can't mess with it.
Oh, okay. Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah.
But that's that's going to be a lot of fun.
All I know is I'm probably going to be paying it off rather fucking fast. So it's coming home faster than...
I had to stop myself from making an inappropriate joke there. I was going to make a very inappropriate joke. And I will leave that one on the table.
You better tell me what it was when this is all over.
Oh, come on, dude. You have the same demented brain as me.
I do. I'm just missing...
So it can come a lot faster? Come on!
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that's where you're going.
Just flip the table here. I'm just going to flip the table.
Sorry, I was in the bliss of knowing that I might actually have a Super NES Classic and a Switch.
Hey, man, we're living in a fun video game world here. Oh, we lost our one viewer. Bye, Chanel.
By the way, there's also a bunch of games coming out over the next couple weeks that are going to be great.
This is true. There's a lot of stuff coming out.
Well, we got South Park coming out.
The fractured butthole.
Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun, right?
The South Park guys being as clever as they normally are. I loved how they said the difficulty meter changes your skin tone.
Yep.
So if you want to play the game on really hard, you'll be black. It doesn't affect difficulty, but it affects every other aspect of your life.
Yeah, or no, it doesn't affect the outcome of the game. It just makes everything really hard.
Yeah, this makes your life much harder.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that is totally South Park.
So needless to say, I'm totally playing.
I know you're 100% on board with that game.
Assassin's Creed's coming out.
I know that's one of your titles. Yeah.
That one I'm looking forward to because of the time that they took off. They took a year off of the series.
Oh, did they?
Hopefully that game. Yeah, they used to do annual.
Yeah. They used to crank them out every year.
Yeah, and it really diluted the pull. It almost became like Lost, where like the show Lost.
Okay.
Where it seemed like it had a great idea to start with, and then all of a sudden they just didn't know.
It was going to be like Assassin's Creed, Vietnam War. Dun 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 dun.
It actually goes back in time.
Oh, really?
All of them have gone forward and progressed. This one goes back to the beginning of the whole order.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's in Egypt, and I'm curious to see how they
expect
make life on the Nile. Because remember, a lot of what made a game like what kept the game series going were games like Black Flag. Because they had a lot of bad reviews around Unity, and Syndicate was good, but it was bland. It was just recycled stuff.
Right.
But Black Flag brought on a very innovative style with the
naval combat.
Yeah, not naval combat, but just sailing in general.
Okay.
Being a pirate on the open seas.
The pirate's life for you.
Yeah, and that they're going to do the Skulls game coming out, which is going to be an all-pirate game coming out next year. But I'm wondering how they're going to involve the naval stuff along the Nile.
The Nile isn't very big.
No, it wasn't, but it also fed out a lot of what Egypt, like the main parts of Egypt, were in.
I feel like maybe because they're doing that. So the Skulls game is this a separate game from the same people Assassin's Creed?
The Skulls game is a different game. It's
okay.
IP altogether.
But so maybe there might not be as much naval because of the nature of the game.
I actually asked the developers
At E3, what did they say?
And they said, we can't really tell you.
No.
So it seems like they're going to have some, because a lot of...
In my opinion, that sounds like no. That sounds like a no.
Well, a lot of life in Egypt was around the river. Now, it may not... and the river got fed by the Mediterranean. That's a pretty...
So maybe if there's stuff in the Mediterranean, then maybe there'll be some. But I don't know if there'll be like the piracy that you speak of that you're looking for.
Like cannons blazing.
No, I mean like our giant boats.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's just...
I'm not a historian, but it doesn't sound like there was giant boats back in the Mesopotamian age.
I'm curious to see how they incorporate naval stuff in this.
I'm with how they're going to incorporate cats. Very Anubis, very like feline. Everything was very, everything was like all the gods were very cat-like. They all look like Berus from Dragon Ball Super.
That's right. Yeah, this should be interesting. I'm curious to see how this one goes. They took a full year off of it. They didn't actually release an annual installment last year.
Yeah.
Because it became so bad.
Right. Oh yeah.
They now have
it was so negative.
It, you know.
Yeah.
So the gameplay looks like it's changed and makes the combat a little bit different. And I'm curious to see how they really, hopefully, fix the storyline. Because after 3, it died. 3 was such a joke the way it ended. It pissed everyone off.
Yeah, like, I never got to experience. I purchased 1, 2, and 3, but I never really played them. Everyone keeps telling me to skip 1 and go straight to 2.
Wikipedia 1, play 2, and like the 3.
I still have my PS3 still hooked up to my TV. I use it for
the
Netflix.
Play the Ezio series and burn the 3rd one. And burn Unity.
I never bought Unity, but
yeah, no, the 3rd one, it's just one of the biggest letdowns.
Because wasn't that the Native American one?
Yeah, and it wasn't the fact that we had a Native American that sucked.
No, just the story was not good.
Like the way that they killed Desmond.
Oh, they killed Desmond. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean seriously, the way Desmond to Assassin's Creed was the rub to the Big Lebowski.
It really brought them together.
It really tied the room together.
Tied the room together.
Seriously, he tied the entire series together. Once he was gone, the entire series just was like, okay, let's play with this idea. Okay, that sucked. Let's try another idea. Okay, that sucked. It became bad idea after bad idea after bad idea.
They obviously never watched Animaniacs.
Yeah, but what they ended up doing really nicely was Black Flag. The open seas, the naval combat was awesome, and I'm curious to see how Ubisoft does with that new game, because I saw how it looked, and it was phenomenal.
So
it was the same
we'll find out what it comes out in October or November.
The Skulls game comes out next year.
No, I mean Assassin's Creed.
Comes out October 27th, and I think that's the same day as Super Mario Odyssey.
Ooh, Super Mario Odyssey. I know many of my friends are very excited about Super Mario Odyssey. I received a couple of hats.
3D. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I said you are not because it's 3D.
I don't understand the joke.
You don't like any 3D Nintendo games?
Oh yeah, I don't like it because it's 3D. Okay, that's what you said. I don't like Cousin Sweeney. I'm like, I don't get the joke. Oh, it looks interesting. Yeah. I mean, there was a reveal where they showed that Mario doesn't have nipples.
No, he does have nipples. They showed his nipples.
They showed his nipples. Oh, it looked very weird. Oh, he has no chest hair. Yeah. How can he be Italian and not have chest hair? He has a big bushy mustache. He has very pronounced sideburns.
He's Italian.
He's Italian. Clearly, it's me, Mario. And there's no chest hair. But there was a very disturbing Photoshop where they put like a gold chain and a lot of chest hair on that same picture.
What else? You heard about the controversy that he's no longer a plumber?
Oh no, we talked about that.
Yeah, it's like.
How can he not be a plumber?
You know what?
How can Mario not be a plumber?
This is the thing.
It's like Samus not being a bounty hunter.
When he was a plumber, he had chest hair. Then he moved on and did other projects, became super famous, and lasered that shit off.
You know what? That is a much more reasonable explanation.
He's a gold medalist, right, in the Olympics.
He is a gold medalist. You know what? Maybe there's another reasonable explanation. Maybe he shaved it off for aerodynamics, so he can run much faster. How the fuck is he going to keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah. If he's going to be weighed down by all that chest hair in the Olympics. Maybe he shaved it off for Princess Peach.
That's true.
She likes an aerodynamic man.
I mean, because she's used to like these mushroom guys, right? So I mean,
hey,
I'm sure she's used to the mushroom.
She's down with Bowser. She keeps getting kidnapped by
that's the biggest conspiracy theory. Like maybe she gets kidnapped on purpose, and then she's messing around with Bowser. In the meantime, it takes Mario so long to find her. There's plenty of time for her and Bowser to have some private time.
So what about Odyssey is not doing it for you?
I don't know. Like the real world setting, like it's
The
in
whole game isn't like that though.
it's New Donk City.
That's one.
Is that only one world?
Yeah. If you did not go to E3, damn it.
Yeah.
I got some hands-on time. There's like a desert setting. There's 3 different settings that they had on display.
Oh.
I think there's a lot.
That's weird. Are there like full size humans that like make him look short?
No, he matches up with them. I think.
Oh, okay.
That's even weirder.
Yeah, it's like him.
Because he's already kind of short. Because Luigi's like
He's a little taller.
But
a little bit taller.
I like the New
Oh.
Donk City. The New Donk City is cool because it puts him and you and him in an environment that are not used to each other. It changes. You have to adapt your style of playing to that new setting.
I'm sure if I actually get my hands on it and actually try it,
You're gonna love it.
I'm sure I'll like it. Because I'm all for fun gameplay. If it's fun, I want to be in on it. If it's not fun, then I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? That you just helped me segue to what I wanted to be the main topic today, which I forgot to write down.
Ooh.
You just said that you helped unlock what I had in my brain this morning.
Do I get an
What
achievement for that?
Achievement. Sam helped Dre remember what he really wanted to talk about today. And since we've reached this point in the program where we usually do hit our main topic, I want to talk about why I don't like football anymore.
Because the Chargers are in LA.
Oh, no. That was simply the straw that broke the camel's back. Everything. And we kind of touched upon it during the fantasy football thing. And it's not just the football thing. I find now that I'm getting older, I don't... My fandoms and things are starting to die out. I'm only focusing on stuff that actually does entertain me and make me happy. And right now, I think even sports kind of in general now, like, all I see is misery when I follow a team. I mean, the hat that you're wearing, Sam Zia, he's wearing, you are living in abject misery.
I'm a glutton for my own punishment.
Clearly. And some people say, oh, you're not a Charger fan because they suck. I'm like, they've always sucked. They were kind of okay for a couple years in the late 2000s, but they've been. I follow them because like I have a football team that's nearby. I like going down to San Diego, and literally that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, oh, they came up here, the owner is shitty, all these terrible things are involved in the team, and I find myself like we just had the 3rd straight Sunday where I didn't care what happened. Before, it was like, oh, I'd subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket. I'd watch the NFL Red Zone channel. The NFL Red Zone channel is the greatest thing ever. All action, all day long. You can watch it. It's amazing, and I don't care. I don't know what this was. As I was in my room this morning, really thinking about it. It really occurred to me. That's what I want to talk about today. How it's like there's certain things, and I was thinking about other stuff as well, that not just necessarily just sports, but these other things in my life where before I probably would have enjoyed watching certain shows, watching certain movies, and now it's like I have such limited time to enjoy things.
Yeah.
Why do I subject myself to stuff that I don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at stuff. Now, you shouldn't just look at it from a football perspective. Look at it from every other perspective.
Yeah.
That helps you eliminate a lot of the excess baggage that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Look at it was a Japanese way of organizing shit in your drawer. If I have clothes in my drawer, I open it. If I see something in there that doesn't give me any joy anymore, I take it the hell out and give it away.
Yeah,
Someone else can get joy out of it. And it's not making me feel like shit being there anymore.
Exactly. For example, yesterday there was a WWE pay-per-view in our backyard. No mercy.
They're giving away tickets here, and I almost got some, and I almost gave them to you and Lily.
I would not have gone because right now I could not care less about the main WWE programming, like Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy watching anymore. Like, I try to make myself watch the main stuff. But there are some product they have their NXT product. I enjoy watching that because they produce it differently. It is much more entertaining.
You like New Japan Wrestling?
New Japan Pro Wrestling. I watched an episode this morning. I love that stuff because they focus more on putting on something entertaining instead of doing something that they want to do. Like they're more focused on the fans and putting on a show. Where WWE, they have their agenda and they have their points they need to hit and what they think the audience wants. So this is what,
Mahal.
yeah, Jinder Mahal, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Like, I read the results of what happened at yesterday's No Mercy pay-per-view, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't even bother watch the show on the network. Come Survivor Series, am I going to have people come over? Yes, because when I watch it with my friends, it's a lot of fun. I'll still watch WrestleMania. I'll throw a party at my house and watch WrestleMania. But it's more for to watch it with my friends and to all collectively like groan at stuff and to like beat jackasses. We have a little competition when my friends come over.
It's live action Mystery Science Theater 3000.
It actually is. Like, we literally, we were actually debating, like, because many of the people who come over to watch wrestling with me came over for my birthday party, and we were actually debating it. One of my friends, show contributor, Kiet Pham, he is going to take some of his bonus money and put it towards, we're going to have a title belt. Because we keep score. Whenever someone busts out a really good one-liner, we gave it, like, everyone collectively agrees, oh yeah, that's a point. And so we keep track.
$20 one at Walmart, by the way.
Oh no! He wants to invest in getting like a nice, good belt. Like I think he
$250 belt
yeah,
have on WWE.com
or something. I don't know. He wants to invest like because we want to have this title because like me and my friends we get together for the major pay-per-views. We get together for the Royal Rumble. We get together for WrestleMania. We get together for SummerSlam, and we decided Survivor Series was still big enough, considered big for like that we can get together quarterly because we have fun when we watch it together. Like if I watched yesterday's show by myself, I would have just been like, oh, this is stupid. This is dumb. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, why do I subject myself to something if I'm not gonna get any enjoyment out of it? Yeah. Like Walking Dead. Like that was when I first started realizing I was watching Walking Dead because I felt this weird obligation as a nerd to watch it. Yeah. But I was really miserable and I was hate watching it. And that's why I decided, you know what? I'm done with this show.
Yeah.
All these CW shows, Arrow and Flash. Like last season of The Flash, I was miserable after 2 episodes, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I literally ripped off the Band-Aid. And that's kind of like what I'm talking about. The crux of what I'm talking about here is like where I realize I'm like, I don't care about football anymore. I'm not checking scores. I'm not like all these little things are happening now where I just realize, what's the point?
Yeah.
Why do I continue to keep investing time? And it's not even just money now. It's just why am I investing the time? Because someone was
emotion and energy too. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. The like with the Chargers, just the agony. I'm like, I know they're not going to be good. I know I'm going to get mad. They're 0-3 right now, and I could not care.
Why do you think I like the Browns? No expectations.
You have no expectations.
Every win feels like a Super Bowl.
You know what I mean? It is the opposite of that famous Bill Self quote. Like, you know, the Bill Self quote, every win is relief, every loss is pain. For you, loss is your normal. Yeah. And a win is like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's like fucking Miller time.
Obviously, it's all perspective. I'm not telling people this is not me having, you should stop doing things you don't like. No, do what you like. But me personally, as far as my purview, I'm being a lot more harsh. Or, as the kids say, I'm being savage.
You are being more selective. Yeah.
Where I invest my time.
Maybe, hear me out on this.
I am hearing you out. Yes, please.
We're both the same age. We're both getting up in the age.
Yep. We're in our late 30s.
Spring chickens.
We are in our late 30s.
To midlife.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed, both of us observed, that we don't have the energy to play Destiny 2 until 2 in the morning the way we used to.
Yeah.
We don't have the energy to devote to a lot of the shit that we like, so we have to be a little more selective with where we focus that energy.
We have to manage our time and energy.
I mean, if something sucks really hard and we're not getting any pleasure out of it, what's the point?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Back when we were younger, we had the energy, so we were like, fuck, what am I going to do with this extra energy? Let's focus on the shit that might make me miserable, but might one day give me something to scream about for a season.
Me and Japanese RPGs when I was a much younger man, where I'd sink 200 hours of my life just to say, yeah, I beat Final Fantasy VIII. Even though it kind of sucked most of the way, I beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, great. At least nowadays you get the freaking badges, you know.
Yeah, you get the achievements and the trophies and all that stuff.
Like, at least you get that nowadays. But back then it was like, great.
You were doing it just to do it.
Yeah, and I've done that. I've absolutely been guilty of that. Fortunately, it was for games like 12 that I enjoyed, and 9 that I enjoyed.
No, yeah, some of the good games, the games that you actually do.
That I enjoyed.
Oh, 6 so good. See, yeah, it's funny.
At
Like,
13,
I
now
would,
burned.
I would sink another 60 hours of my life into another version of Final Fantasy 6. I would do that.
Yeah.
No problem, because I know I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to enjoy myself.
It's like reading a book that you really like
Exactly.
and seeing it through a different lens.
So now it's like I feel like I'm being like all these TV shows. Like I'm like, you know what? You suggested to me like a month or two ago the show on NBC, the Good Place.
Yeah.
That show was hilarious.
Yeah.
It really felt like it was a lot of fun. I haven't watched the show that you said last week. I forgot to.
I can't remember what the show was. Oh, American Vandal.
American Vandal.
Oh, yeah.
You said
I'm going to start watching Rick and Morty. I've
Oh.
had enough people tell me, dude, it's fucking great. Watch it.
yeah, and last night was another freaking. It was. I wasn't. I watched it this morning. I didn't watch it
Tell
last.
me where to start.
Season 1, first episode.
Where should I find it?
Hulu.
Hulu?
If you have Hulu, you can watch the first 2 seasons there.
I have.
And then, depending on your cable provider, you can watch the rest of it on the AdultSwim.com
Sweet.
or on the Adult Swim app.
Done.
You log in with your whatever cable provider,
You
and
guys
you can
have
watch.
sold me. It's something that I got to do.
Like, and it's funny. Like, you watch this progression because the first season was very like kind of madcap and crazy and like, oh, let's just go out and have fun. And season 2 got a little darker. It got a little more serious. Like, you start seeing like all these real social issues being like dealt with on the show. And then this last season has just been like
It's so dark.
the darkness, man. The darkness. I mean, like last night's episode that because a friend of mine on Facebook has said, because his daughter Beth and then her shitty husband Jerry, they haven't really been focused on them.
Yeah.
The season has primarily been Rick and Morty, some Summer, and then the parents have just kind of just been written off in the background.
Yeah.
And then it was a very Beth focused episode last night, and it was again really good.
Yeah.
Holy crap! You get to see, like. What is it like being the daughter of a super scientist who's the smartest guy in the universe?
Yeah.
How do you cope with that? And wait, you'd think the daughter of a super scientist would be pretty smart, and yes, she is.
Yeah. Turns out she's smarter than we thought.
She's smarter than we thought, and she's a lot more like her father than she anticipated. And like, there's this great sequence because like he's explaining to her like you are crazy. Like he's showing her all the stuff he made for her as a kid. And it's all weapons.
Yeah.
Like an indestructible baseball bat.
Yeah.
A ladybug that's a taser. a switchblade. It's like
A sentient switchblade.
a sentient switchblade. He made her all these weapons. It turned out she's a fucking sociopath. And he made her own imaginary world. He created an imaginary world for her.
Because he was afraid that she was going to hurt the neighbors.
Yeah, she's gonna hurt the neighbors. So he would put her in this imaginary, like a real imaginary world, and it's nuts.
So bad. It's so ridiculous.
And then of course, because it's a show, things take a turn, and then you see things are not what they seem, and it's total chaos.
Yeah.
and I think my favorite thing about last night's episode is that the two, because they're both really smart, they figured out the plot of the episode in the middle of, like, before the plot worked itself out. They're like, oh, it's because of this, and this, and this, and then the plot, like, the exposition is happening. Like, yes, we know, we know why you're here. We know why things are the way they are. Yes, we've already figured it out. It's so funny because they're just like they're bitching out the quote unquote the bad guy. Like, no, we know why you're here. We know how you came to be. This is why. And I was dying because. Yeah, because one of the reviews, they were killing a lot of TV tropes.
Yeah.
In this episode, they're just like taking on a bunch of tropes.
Yeah.
Like, the father-daughter trope, the plot trope, all these different things, and the show is insane. I think because of your level of intelligence, Sam, you will have a great appreciation of what's going on in the show.
It has that low of a bar?
You are a smart fellow, my friend.
No, I just remember shit. I'm not smart.
I mean,
All right, you're clever. You're like me. Like we're not necessarily book smart, but we're clever motherfuckers.
yeah. Like it's what we always talk about. It's like very early South Park where it's ridiculous, but they're talking. It's a metaphor for something.
It's a metaphor. Like everything,
Everything's a big metaphor.
like last week's episode was a big metaphor for society.
Yeah.
like last week's episode was a big metaphor about elections in our current society.
Yeah.
It was freaking. I don't know. There'll never be a Morty president. That's impossible. There'll never be a Morty president. And then.
Oh, well, last week we had was it the clip show?
Yeah. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And then last week was the clip show because like every season, like the first 2 seasons, like there's an awesome clip show. It's called Interdimensional Cable, which it's Rick basically messing with the cable box. Like, all right, now we have every channel in existence, and like you're watching channels from other realities.
That's kind of awesome.
And then all the channel, like all the channels they watch, it's basically they're improvising. You can tell like because sometimes they're just laughing. They're laughing in the middle of reading their line, like two brothers fighting Mexicans with hot sauce, and the world is collapsing around them. Two brothers. They're improvising the show. It's a clip show that's completely improvised. Hi, I'm Michael Thompson, and I'm his brother, Michael Thompson. You can tell my parents didn't work really hard. It's like, oh, we're having twins. We'll name the first one Michael, and the second one, I guess I'll be Michael. You know what it's like growing up with your name being Michael? It's like they're improvising. Like it's interdimensional cable. And so like this season, everyone expected, oh, we're gonna get part 3. And then Rick literally looks at the screen like, oh no, we're doing this instead of interdimensional cable. He literally looks at the screen and tells the viewers, oh yeah, they go into a bunch of Morty's memories. Morty's mind blowers, because Morty, like, at the beginning of the show, they go on this adventure. Morty has his turtle. He looks into the turtle's eyes, and the turtle tells him, as we find out on the internet, Paul is dead. I'm a beetle.
And he knows everything. Right?
He knows everything. And so Rick has to wipe his memory of that. And then Rick reveals to Morty, oh, I have to do this all the time. We go on so many adventures where you come back, you're like, please erase my memory. Please take this away from me. I'm 10 years old. I shouldn't know these, or 14, or however old he is. 14, yeah. However old he is, he can't have these memories. And so the entire episode was dedicated to them going through a bunch of these memories, showing memories that Morty wanted to remove, memories that Rick thought we should remove, and then other memories like, oh, Rick fucked up, or Rick was embarrassed, so I'm just going to remove this and make sure you don't know this. They did this. I beat you at checkers, Rick! Womp. I'm going to erase that.
That was the best, man.
So, yeah, there's next week's season finales.
All right. So I can binge watch all the way through.
Oh, dude. And it's such an easy binge watch because it's just so insane. They're like 22 minutes of insanity.
Yeah.
I'm hoping next week's episode is a little bit longer because
it's the finale, man.
It's the finale, man.
And we're not going to get over like a year and a half.
I bet it'll be another 2 years before we get another fucking season. God damn it. Like, as soon as it said last night, oh, now next week's season finale, I'm like, shit! God damn it, I thought we'd have more. I thought I had more time.
Yeah.
I thought I had more time. Yeah, Sam, I really think you're gonna dig this show. It's gonna fuck with your brain. There's gonna be certain episodes where you're gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm sure that we might have an entire episode where you're gonna be asking us questions as to what the fuck is this about.
Yeah.
I think you'll have a good time.
I hope so.
See, like that. See, Rick and Morty, that's something I can fit into my life because I enjoy the shit out of that. I love that show.
Yeah.
Even though we've been discovering, though, lately that some of the most ardent fans are awful human beings.
Oh, yeah.
Because this season they added 2 female writers to the show. And a lot of the fans are, I would think, probably along the lines, that Trump supporter kind of psychopath, crazy fan.
Yeah, they're releasing these
woman-hating.
These women, the
Misogynistic.
Misogynistic, yes.
Yeah, they're releasing their addresses.
Yeah, they were like they're just attacking them on the internet and just like finding out their information, just attacking them. Like, and Dan Harmon's like, yeah, some of our fans are awful human beings. They should. I wish they weren't fans of my show. And I was like, wow, it was really insane. Like we were finding out this stuff. It's really good. But the show is really good. Those fans are awful. But the show itself, unfortunately, it's so good, and it inspires even awful people to like it.
How awful are they?
Just Google Rick and Morty fans after the show, and you'll find out.
You want to say awful.
God damn it.
I can see it in his face.
Awfully awful.
You can always follow the show. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you can follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/DreGP podcast. You can follow the show on Twitter. I'm trying to tweet more. I'm terrible at Twitter. @DreGP podcast. If you want to watch all of us, you can see the back of Sam's head. You can see Pete. You can see me. You can follow us. You can watch us on twitch.tv/DreGP podcast. Just like our friend Chanel watches us every week on Twitch. Hi, Chanel. And as always, we're here on Facebook live every Monday night. On Wednesday nights, we do Pete's show, the Multiverse Comic Show, live from Nostalgic Books and Comics. And he told me we might have a new background this coming week because of Batman/Harley Quinn Day. So that might be exciting for the
I gotta go push a button, so I'm going away.
He's pushing a button. He has to push a very important button because of his job. If you want to hear Sam's musings on Twitter, it's at SamZ570. If you want to see Pete post about his shop, his shows, all the things he does in the comic book universe, it's at nostalgic_books. Comics. Damn it! After getting it right for like 3 weeks in a row, I blew it! You blew it! You fucking blew it, Dre! I really love Copland. That movie, I don't know why I really like that movie, but I like that movie a lot. You had a chance and you blew it! Hey, Chanel said hi back. Hey.
Copland, that was a Fat Stallone.
Yeah, that was Fat Stallone. and much fatter Ray Liotta.
Yeah, that's right.
And very sarcastic Harvey Keitel. You gotta go with the program. So, again, and then Saturday, I have not done it for the last 2 Saturdays. I was supposed to live stream my birthday party, but clearly, as Pete saw, I was probably too drunk to live stream.
A little bit.
I was also very busy.
Yeah.
I was busy trying to make sure everyone was okay.
That's true.
I was busy
pushing buttons.
Here.
You were right there. You were standing right. You were sitting or standing right there. On Saturday night, yes, I know.
Right here.
I'm going to have another rock band night on some other evening, so that all the people who could not rock band with me on this past Saturday can rock it with me.
There you go.
Because it's a lot of fun to play rock band when everyone's motivated. When he actually did start playing rock band, it did go, as I was feeding everyone, no one was playing rock band. But so yes, Dre's Geek Philosophy, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, all the things. We all like to thank our regular show contributors, Irv and Patampa and Kiet Fam. Blah 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 blah.
Your mom.
Your mom. Tomorrow is my birthday, Chanel. Tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow. 38.
Happy birthday, Andre.
Yeah, it's happy. Yeah, it's gonna be a happy birthday. I hope. See, I always have this weird thing where I always forget if it was the odd years or the even years. I have good even years and bad odd years, but I feel like I broke the streak by having a couple bad years these last few years in a row. Because I'm like, oh man, it's an odd year. This year's gonna be rough. And it's an even year. Okay, it's like, oh, it'll be a good year coming up. Oh yeah, I'll get out of this bad year. So hopefully it's Chanel asking for the birthday suit. Oh dude, wow, oh my, oh my. So for my staff here, I was trying to do a thing because Colt Cabana's podcast, he always thanks all the people who've helped him with the show. I was like, I'd like to thank show contributors or them. Damn it! Why can't I say your name live on the air? I can say Irv's last name normally, but with a live mic in front of me, I cannot say his last name. Say Irv Denupatampa. Yay! Show contributor Kiet Fam, show contributor Jai Paldo, show contributor Rick Mears. Want to thank you guys, thank everyone who helps us out with the show. Chanel, who helps me out with the Twitch whenever I have confusions about Twitch.
I want to thank the guy who let me into the bathroom downstairs from my place when I couldn't get into my old place. Thank you.
There you go.
Sam Zia, everyone. Executive producer Sam Zia. 4. Executive producer Sam Zia. 4.
Anyways.
4. Co-host Pete Molini. I'm Dre Cervantes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention. Facebook is fucking with the show. They're not. The show is not getting distributed as much as YouTube. Please share the show. Tell people to like the show. Share our articles. Share the show to other people. I forgot to write that down. I was going to lead the show with the Facebook fucking with the show, and I totally forgot. I sat down, got in front of the camera and the mic. I'm like, I forgot everything I wanted to do. That's why we're supposed to write things down instead of having a paper that only says intro. Thank you for watching. Please help us out. We need help. I'm going to have to we're going to set up a PayPal or a GoFundMe to help pay for the freaking advertising that we're going to probably need to do.
Patreon.
Or a Patreon. Sure, why not? Whoa, what do we say?
You contribute $50 to the Patreon. You get to be a live guest here.
Sure, hey.
And with that $50, we'll use it to buy food.
We'll use it to buy you food. We'll buy you food. We'll buy you either Steak and Shake or In-N-Out, or if we got here early enough, Chronic Taco. Why not?
So technically, you'll be buying all of us food. But you'll at least hang out with us while you do it.
And you can be on the air. You can be live on Facebook. You can be on the iTunes. You can be live on Twitch. Hey, you can do all kind. We can do all kinds of things. Yeah, we'll set up a Patreon. Why not? You contribute $1 a month, and I will say your name on the show. And then it's gonna be like 50. So here's all the names I have to say at the end of the show. The 50 people who contribute $1 a month. We'll dedicate 5 minutes to the show to our financial producers. Blah 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 blah. We can turn it into a little game like Animaniacs.
If we missed one of them, it would be awful.
How awful? Would it be an awful falafel?
It would be unlawfully awful,
It would be.
if we have a contract with them.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Gray's Great Falafel!